Hello, June 25th. Stephen Keller here. Hi. I'm really tired of waking up pissed off every day. Seriously. Uh, we're obviously under lots and lots of attack. You know, me certainly I'm under a lot of attack. Let's see what's going on now. Yeah, I happen to use a new system to record this because everything kind of got shut down. Been getting kind of shut down the last few days. And I assume that has a lot to do with what I'm saying or what I've got to say to you. My last show, Thursday, had to be pre-recorded because I couldn't use my streaming service. I couldn't broadcast. So I got that fixed, but now my audio interface is shot and my recording program that I use for making my shows is shot. So yeah, so Microsoft is on the attack. Now, my last show, I don't even know if I have a name for it, but I continued with the message that I'm going to be saying quite a bit, and that is that Trump is a pedophile. And a few of you tried to post that show up there on the internet in various different locations. Obviously, YouTube or whatever, Facebook would have been a problem, but the show was flagged and taken down for some of you because of its supposedly I was bullying. I don't know. Who am I bullying? Let me see. Trump? Trump is a pedophile? Israel? You know, I mean, you can't even say Israel right now, okay? Because for some reason, it's inextricably connected to the word and the practice of pedophilia. Kind of like Satan. They're both directly connected to Satan. Well, the whole world is changing right now. Of course, and it's because of Israel. I don't even want to use that word because let's just say Palestine. It's because of Palestine. It's because of the satanic types that are trying to destroy it. What's going on? What are they so worried about? Well, first of all, because the world now knows that Trump is a pedophile, everything is over. There's no reconciliation, there's no repair, and we are heading straight for complete and utter destruction because the nature of these pedophiles is, of course, genocide and destruction, murder. You know, this last week or so, Trump has really come off as just an absolute retard. Yeah, I know. I think that's probably bullying. Calling Trump a retard and a pedophile is probably bullying. Remember, you know, this is a nation of laws, supposedly under the rule of law. But you know, again, if we were truly a nation of laws and all that, and the rule of law was really all that important, then the pedophiles would be arrested, detained, executed, etc. But they're not, because they are the so-called rulers, and they are the ones that make up these so-called laws for the so-called nation of laws. We know what that really is. Of course, that is the Abrahamic satanic bullshit, some kind of religious crap that has no place in society. But what do we know? Well, we have courts. We should have courts that are corrupt. Of course, the entire system is corrupt. And if it wasn't, then these people that are complaining about being bullied, you know, the masters of us all, they would just take us to court. But, you know, obviously they're not going to do that. They won't take me to the court, certainly. All we can do is try to win this thing. Listen, guys, here's the thing about this Trump and the Iran bullshit I just have to discuss. There's just so much shit I want to complain about. But this retard Trump running around trying to act like this was the greatest military exercise or event that had ever taken place in history. First of all, he spent a shitload of money to poke holes in the ground so deep to basically blow up nothing. They don't know where the stupid underground structure is, which should have been a lot deeper. And if they know anything at all, it's because the Atomic Energy Commission or the various inspectors that were supposedly biased and working to this, the rule of law, cheated, lied, and we're actually working for the satanic enemy, Israel and those guys. But the thing is that because of this bullshit way that we conduct these operations, nothing was destroyed. Nothing was hurt. Iran had legally in their possession something like 40 tons of uranium and something like 80 kilograms of enriched uranium up to 60%, not considered high enough for an atomic bomb, plenty high enough for a nuclear reactor. But this was completely legal underneath the protocols that were in place, the nuclear doctrines that we have in place across the world. Absolutely illegal. Now, the 60% enrichment is capable of becoming a bomb. It can be turned into a bomb, not a modern, efficient, tiny, small nuke, but a large World War II type big boy, fat man bomb, like was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They can make those easy with what they've got. But what's most important to understand is that because of this bombing bullshit, this illegal bombing campaign that Trump did, absolutely fucking illegal, now all of that uranium, all of the enriched uranium and the non-enriched uranium has been relocated, as well as probably a large number of the centrifuges or whatever it was that they were using to enrich this uranium. It's completely gone now. It was removed, relocated. So if they destroyed a hole in the ground or created a hole in the ground to try to destroy something that was down there, it's certainly we're never going to be able to go inspect and see if anything happened. But we know for sure now that whatever was there that was actually being inspected and monitored by the nuclear agencies is now gone. Not gone as in destroyed, because first of all, you can't destroy it. You can't blow up nuclear isotopes. They just move around a little bit. But they're now in a new place. Maybe in Iran, maybe in Korea, maybe in Russia, maybe in China, maybe in Pakistan. We don't know. And Iran is under there's nothing controlling them anymore. They're going to do whatever they want, and they are free to make as many bombs as they want now, and nobody can say dick, because they followed the program, they followed the law, and they still got fucked. And they now know, just like North Korea and so many other recent nuclear members, that once they get that bomb, they will not be touched. Israel will be fucked. Israel is fucked. Tel Aviv is fucked. The United States is fucked. We went through all of our missile defenses practically trying to defend Israel and allowing them to wipe that shit out. Extremely expensive. Who's going to pay for that? We are. Who's going to rebuild Tel Aviv? We are. We're going to pay for it. You and me. We're not going to pay for Gaza, that's for sure. Anyway, the point is now is that not only is that uranium, that enriched uranium, gone forever, disappeared, hidden, out of sight, but there's plenty of countries now that are saying flat out they will provide Iran with a nuclear weapon. to prevent this bullshit from happening again with Israel. You know, I think secretly they all really want to see Israel nuked. Tell me you weren't all thinking the same thing. Nobody wants that, of course, but they do want to see it destroyed. How about that song, Boom Boom Tel Aviv? Wow. Catchy, huh? Anyway, so whatever Trump thought he was going to accomplish was a complete and utter fucking disaster. The world is far less safer than it was, and yet he's running around telling everybody that he's a military genius and this was a coup. Well, I really don't care because it's all going down. The Trump administration is shot. There's no way on earth that J.D. Vance could ever be elected now. They're giving it. They're handing it to Gordon Getty and Gavin Newsom. They're just handing it to them. And yet all this talk about bunkers and bunker busters and everything, talk about projection, all we talk about is the bunker under the Getty, and yet they talk about a thing that's a mere 300 yards underground, 900 feet, whatever, 300, however deep it was. That is not shit compared to what they're building over here for eating our children, these Satanists. Anyway, obviously if we weren't beating them, they wouldn't be attacking so hard. But as far as what we've got to look forward to, well, let's just say that, well, our work that we've got to do and the work that we've done is the only thing there is. Everything else is a joke right now. And I don't see how we can make this move any faster, but that's really all we've got left to do. Got to keep working every day to try to get this thing done, but at the same time, the enemy's getting desperate. Who is the enemy? You know who the enemy is. Hell. Thomas Massie, the only person in Congress not taking money from AIPAC, that's the Zionist Israeli lobby, the only one not taking money from AIPAC, and that's the one that Trump needs to get rid of. That's the one Trump is actively campaigning against. Marco Rubio, no, not Marco Rubio, fuck him, but let's see, what's that? Tim Cruz asshole. He gets in he's booed at home in Texas at a town hall meeting. He's booed. And he says, if you don't stand with Israel, I don't stand with you. He's telling this to his fucking voters, his constituency. They don't stand with you. They lied to you. They don't care. They only want the money from Israel, that bloody fucking satanic coin, shekels from Israel. Anyway, unfortunately, most people in the so-called West have that same issue when it comes to money. It's unfortunate. And no, money is not energy, unless you consider Satan a source of energy. All right. It's going to be interesting to see what I do for a show Thursday, but I don't know, people. Do you feel safer? Do you feel richer? They're not hiding it anymore, that's for sure. They are not hiding it anymore. And we're all doomed. Because as Israel goes down, so do we. Unfortunately. Unless we occupy the Getty and finish this. Shut it down. All right? It's the only thing that's going to free us. It's the only thing we got left. Everything else is a waste of time. Good luck.